Wake up, kids, it's Joe and Nick for your weekend vacation. Grab your stool, squat on down for crappy animation. Let the gangsta commentary prop open your eyelids and watch some TV shows that have it even worse than they did. So fill your bowls, use your spoons. It's Shaturday morning cartoons.
Happy Saturday morning to you all. My name's Nick. We've got Joe over there. We got George. We got Caitlin and a special guest that I recognize. But Caitlin, why don't you do the intro?
Yeah, so it is my great honor to welcome my close personal friend Tom Gammill to the Shaturday stage. Hi, Tom.
Hello.
Hey.
Welcome, Tom.
Great to be
Big
on.
fan.
Very
Big
excited.
fan.
Yeah.
So
Yep.
Tom Gammill is a genuine certified comedy writing legend, often working alongside his writing partner Max Pross, pictured here. He's been a writer and or producer for some of the most important and popular TV comedy institutions of all time. Here's just a handful of his credits. Saturday Night Live, Late Night with David Letterman, Steve Martin's Best Show Ever, It's Gary Shandling's Show, The Critic,
basically
Drama, Monk.
Every good show that's ever been made, right?
Everything.
You've worked on every single good show that's ever been made.
Seinfeld, The Simpsons, and most recently he was a writer on the final season of Curb Your Enthusiasm.
I saw your name in the credits.
In my
Oh, that
opinion,
was me.
he wrote some of the best jokes.
I also worked on the pilot of Full House. I know you guys.
Yes,
talk
and
about
then
that.
on the reboot
Yeah.
Fuller House too.
Yeah,
You're TV God. You are
No, I don't know
TV
about
God.
Yeah.
I don't
So
know about that.
up on the next slide, I've got a photo of Tom from when he was on Letterman. So
Yes.
he started on Letterman at the beginning in '82, and
Yeah.
was
This
part
is
of the
something called.
original staff.
This is called. Yeah, right. Well, that was back when you could just run around NBC. We could film on any floor. There was no security. It was a good time to be at NBC.
It's such a good sketch. Yeah. So then he spent over 20 years, if you go to the next slide, on The Simpsons as a producer and writer. This is a character that was named for him in an early season. Tom basically, shaped the shows that shaped our entire personalities among those of us on this show. There's so much I haven't even mentioned. He wrote an episode of The Wonder Years, Eric's favorite short-lived series, Morton and Hayes.
Wow.
Tom has won a Cable Ace Award, a Golden Globe, and
Well, you have really dug into the Wikipedia there.
hey, man, yeah, we're going for this, Tom. It's a real honor. As if all that wasn't enough, Tom is also a cartoonist. Very important to know here. You can read his comic, The Doozies, at Go Comics. And you can watch his Learn to Draw series on YouTube, which is hilarious. So I highly recommend everyone check it out.
Often I get my ideas from reading the newspaper or just talking to people on the street.
Hey, Mr. Gammill, your cartoon sucks. Sucks, dude.
Hey, this gives me a great idea. A really great idea.
So the reason Tom is here with us today is because of a very exciting exhibit and event that's coming up at the Billy Ireland Cartoon Library and Museum. On May 22nd, which is just next week, we're opening a 2-gallery exhibit called The Nancy Show, Bushmiller and Beyond. It's a celebration of what everyone knows and agrees is the greatest comic strip of all time, Nancy by Ernie Bushmiller, which Tom happens to be, an expert and super fan of. One large gallery is dedicated to the work of Ernie Bushmiller, and a great deal of the artwork we're displaying is on loan from Tom's personal collection. The other gallery is dedicated to a lot of the artists who have been influenced by or paid homage to Bushmiller, people like Andy Warhol and Joe Brainerd and Raw magazine artists, Mad magazine artists, punk zines and performance artists, and then artwork from some of the folks who took over the comic strip after Bushmiller passed away. So next slide, we're celebrating the opening of the exhibit with a 2-day bash called Nancy Fest, which is May 24th to 25th, coming up really soon on Memorial Day weekend.
I'm stoked for this.
It's going to be amazing. It's going to be extremely silly. It's 2 days of just weird, wacky Nancy stuff. So we're going to have a big opening celebration with Nancy, catered with Nancy's favorite foods, which are hot dogs and ice cream. There's going to be 5-card Nancy tournaments. panels and presentations from different Nancy aficionados and artists, including Bill Griffith, the creator of Zippy the Pinhead, who recently published a graphic novel about the life of Ernie Bushmiller. But most importantly, the entire festival culminates in a play called A Morning with Ernie Bushmiller that was written by Tom Gammill and stars Tom Gammill. So
and Caitlin.
I'm filling in the other 6 roles that Tom isn't playing.
Wow.
Yeah.
And Tom, I know you're coming to us live from the Ernie Bushmiller Museum.
Yes.
Do you want to tell us about the play and the museum?
Yeah, the play takes place in 1976 when Ernie was 70. So I'm a little young to be playing 70, but I think I can pull it off. And it's in 1976, it was everyone into comics was into like Doonesbury and Kathy, and it's got to be relevant and stuff. So people didn't care about Ernie Bushmiller at all. And then he died in 1982. And I started collecting in 1983 when you could get his originals for like $10 each.
Well, and I would tell everyone to come see us in the play at Nancy Fest, but Nancy Fest, as of yesterday, is completely sold out. So it's going to be a totally packed house, over 300 people there to see the debut of the play. And who knows, maybe Tom will take it on the road and could get to a city near you.
Yeah, find us a theater in Brooklyn. I think. Your hipster audience would really like it.
Oh, for sure. Yes, we'll make some phone calls. Yeah.
It's charitable to say our audience is anything close to hip, Tom, but appreciate that.
So before we dive into the commercials and cartoons, should we share our mugs? I'll start with mine. Mine was actually a gift from Nick. Thank you, Nick.
It was? Oh.
Yeah. This was my Christmas gift from you.
Maybe that's right. Yeah.
And it's a Nancy mug from 1968 that's actually a music box. And the music stops and starts playing like when you put it down. And then, Tom, do you want to show yours off too?
I've got the companion one. I've got the Sluggo one.
Yay!
And it also had a music piece, but it fell out. It used to play. It used to play Secondhand Rose, but it's a very bad idea for a mug because you don't have a lot to drink from.
No, it's a shot glass.
Yeah, it's more music box than mug, really.
Do you have a cereal too?
Oh yes, I have shredded wheat, which I know kids love, and also it's the one cereal that Ernie Bushmiller advertised.
Nice.
Look at that.
It's the big chunks too. I haven't seen those big chunks in a while. Those are
kids love the big shredded wheat. They're dancing around the box.
We had shredded wheat growing up, but I just remember just dousing it with sugar. I mean, you got to douse it with sugar. Right?
Yeah, it's really a choking hazard for kids.
It's more of a textile than a cereal.
Nick and I are in an Airbnb in Buffalo, and I didn't bring a mug with me, so I was hoping that the Airbnb would have some fun mugs. I don't know. I wouldn't call it fun, but they have I don't know if you can see it, but but it has like this dainty little, and I have to kind of pinch, and I mean it's nice. So
you drinking it's funny.
You look cute drinking from it.
It's good for the Danny Thomas spit take. You can hold it up.
The daintier the mug, the better the spit take, I think.
But also, I always have cream with my coffee, and there was no cream here. And I looked in the refrigerator because sometimes they have cream in the refrigerators left over from the previous people who stayed. This one has old eggs that are expired and a half bottle of Frank's Red Hot. And 2 mayonnaise packets. So we can put the mayonnaise packets in there.
Excited about lunch today. Yeah, I'm also in that Airbnb, and but I brought a mug with me, and this is a little hint at what we might be watching in next week. This is a Mad Balls mug. Drool is cool. This is the
awesome
grotesque.
Tom, you wrote on that show, right?
Excuse me, but I do not believe drool is cool. Thank you very much.
All right,
this isn't your word. To the last blurb.
Slurp.
Slurp. Oh, okay.
Yeah, good to the last slurp. So, I'll be slurping from this all morning. So, I'm excited about that. George?
Well, I don't know if this mug was supposed to be for me, but I found this here at the office. So I'm stealing one of your mugs. This is part of the George's Boring Mugs collection. Right now, this is Wesleyan Medical Sickness. And that looks like, I guess that's a British. And I'm thinking it was for me because inside was a pin of Steve Martin from
nice.
Little Shop of Horrors, and I think this is. I'm going to pretend this is relevant to my dental woes of late.
Yes, just had a screw put in your mouth. So
Yes.
We'll just go to the Wesleyan. What is it called? The School
Medical
of Sickness.
Sickness.
Medical
Medical
sickness.
sickness, as opposed to recreational.
something you want to drink a refreshing beverage out of. Medical sickness mug.
So, George, do you have a commercial for us to kick us off?
Yeah, I think since we're going to be looking at the most famous Nancy in the world, we're going to also meet a few of the lesser-known Nancys, and here's one you might remember.
I'm writing to you because you really seem to care about kids on drugs. Every day at school, this bully kept coming up to me and calling me a nerd because I wouldn't do drugs, and all the other kids were laughing at me. So I said, okay, and I did some. I don't know what I took or what happened next, but I had an awful accident. The doctor says I'll be fine in a little while, but my mom and dad are really scared, and I am too. I wish I'd never done it. Child is in the 3rd grade. Drugs. The only way to stop abusing them is to stop using them.
So, yeah. So
Call 1-800-554-KIDS for more information.
Wow. So it just goes to show you can take drugs and still be a nerd.
The best part is that they accidentally went live to the guy in the newsroom who wasn't paying attention.
Nice.
That's mainly why I showed this.
That's great.
What drugs?
My favorite kind of commercial. Sorry.
What drugs do 3rd graders do?
Like children's chewable Tylenol?
Paint?
Paste?
Pencil
it's
shavings?
glue, right? It's always glue.
In my day, it was mimeograph paper.
Well, that's good stuff.
Yeah,
You
know
snort that, right? Yeah.
Wow.
So,
cool.
so today we're going to be watching 2 6-minute Terry Toons adaptations of Nancy. So these are 2 adaptations from 1942 and 43 of questionable quality. They're not terrible, but they're odd. And for anyone who's a Nancy purist, as Tom and I often are, it can be a little bit cringy to hear them speaking sometimes and see some off-model design.
Already it's terrible. Yeah, look at that. That does not look like Nancy at all.
No, and look at that weirdly human finger. Like,
ask what you don't like the voice. I always wonder about the voice acting or the voices that they choose for a comic strip that you've read for several years, that you have their voices in your head. Then all of a sudden you see this choice. Is it way off? Like for Sluggo and Nancy? Did you guys?
I thought Sluggo was pretty good.
Yeah, okay. I think Sluggo is right on. I don't know what I think Nancy would sound like, honestly. Yeah. But this is too sweet or something for her.
The voice is not nearly as bad as this face is.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, yeah. So Terry Toons, probably best known for bringing the world Mighty Mouse, was founded in 1929 by Paul Terry, Frank Moser, and Joseph Kaufman. If we go over to the next slide, the 2 we're watching are the only 2 that were made about Nancy. A patriotic one called Doing Their Bit and another one called School Days. As I said, they're pretty painfully off-model. As far as we know, Bushmiller had no real involvement in the cartoons beyond cashing the check. But for those unfamiliar with Nancy, let's head over to the next slide, and I'll do just a quick rundown of the background here. So Ernie Bushmiller was a German-Irish boy from the Bronx. He got his start working at New York City newspapers when he was only 14 years old. And took over a comic strip that had been created in 1922 by Larry Whittington called Fritzy Ritz. Bushmiller took it over in 1925. I think he was 20 years old?
Something like that.
Yeah.
It was a Pretty Goyle strip. It was all about Fritzy Ritz.
Yeah. So she was like a flapper-like, working girl character, which were pretty popular at the time.
And then in 1933, Nancy came to visit for a week, and the little Dickens never left.
Exactly.
Still our heart.
So we're seeing here the first appearance of Nancy. So Nancy doesn't come with a whole lot of backstory. She just appears, and she's the niece of Fritzy Ritz, and she never leaves, as Tom said. If you go to the next slide, the strip really centered for Bushmiller's version of it around Nancy, her, impoverished best friend / boyfriend Sluggo Smith, and Aunt Fritzy. There's a self-caricature of Bushmiller that comes from Tom's collection, actually.
I love that like Nancy and Sluggo are just kind of cartoony, but then like Aunt Fritzy is just kind of like all beautiful and a total babe, and
it's two different worlds, and he had real trouble drawing Fritzy Ritz in the panel with the kids. Usually, if you see her, she's just got her head sticking in.
Yep.
Because he couldn't get the whole body in there.
Right.
Yeah, her proportions are totally different, and part of it was that, like, for adult men, Fritzy would be nice to look at, but for the strip itself could be read just by kids. So expanding the audience there. And supposedly Fritzy Ritz was designed based off of his wife Abby. So.
What about Nancy? Was Nancy based on anything? Did he have kids or anything, or did he?
He did not have kids.
Really?
No. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's a good question. I don't know what the inspiration was.
Yeah.
And before Sluggo came along, there were other sort of impoverished boys who came in out of the strip, but then Sluggo stuck.
Yeah. If we go over to the next slide, I've got like just a bunch of examples in here of Bushmiller's work. He was known for the deceptive simplicity that he employed to draw the strip, boiling cartooning down to its purest form in service of the quickest route to the gag. He cited the Sears Roebuck catalog as his greatest source of inspiration, and would often flip through it for joke ideas, often reusing items like water pistols, like shown here, soap, plungers, stuff like that. The EC Comics legend Wally Wood once said that it's harder to not read Nancy than to read it, which is kind of like the whole point. It's just like a perfectly engineered, pure comic.
Right.
If you go over to the next slide.
It's not like Prince Valiant. You look at Prince Valiant, you run away. Yeah.
No, this is like a 1-2 punch. So even the Merriam-Webster dictionary used Nancy as the very definition of a comic strip.
And according to, there's one guy still alive, James Carlson, who was Ernie's good friend. And he said Ernie's, the thing he was proudest of was being in the dictionary as a definition of a comic strip. This was better than any award he got. And of course, look at this gag. You can't do this gag today.
No.
Close.
Change out the dictionary, for example.
Her face is correct. Her
right.
her response is correct.
Yeah. And also, by the way, those aren't actually Japanese characters. He just he copied that off of a takeout menu or something. But I've asked my Japanese friend what it says, and it doesn't say anything.
Right, very of its time. Yeah, this is from the 70s edition of the dictionary, right?
Yeah.
The next couple of slides you can just kind of flip through, just showing some of the really.
Look at that! That's a great one. Wait, go back. Where else but a comic strip can you do that so well? If it was animated, it'd be too much business.
Right.
Yeah.
And in the next one, maybe it's in the next one. I grabbed some just random panels that show, just some of the surreal type stuff he did that has now become like a lot of these panels have gotten excerpted and are turned into memes and stuff on the internet now. And then the final slide is Bushmiller himself.
Wait, this is a good gag. Look at this one.
This is a great one. Yeah. Like, if you don't think this is funny, then you're not going to get it.
But decided to go to the circus together.
It's just cute.
It's a good
But also, everything about it is great. The first panel, visit our loan department. We know it's a bank. Got a fancy banker.
What for? It is.
And that nicely dressed clown with that nice bow tie.
Great.
Enjoying themselves. Yeah.
And what's great about the strip compared to the animated cartoon, like look how sort of blank everyone's expressions kind of are, where in the animated cartoons, they go like way too big with the expressions.
Yeah.
Like,
seems
They can be subtle.
Yeah. This last panel, it's so eerie and hilarious at the same time.
So
Bill Griffith compared a lot of Ernie's panels to Edward Hopper paintings. There's just sort of like a melancholiness to them.
right. I can see that.
Yeah, that shot of her just looking at the mirror in bed was very melancholy.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So Bushmiller continued the strip until the late 70s when Parkinson's forced him to retire. It's since changed hands many times over. In 2018, Olivia James took over the strip, the first woman to ever draw Nancy, though she works under a pen name and has not revealed her actual identity publicly.
But Caitlin knows it, don't you?
I do know her. Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
Has she done other stuff before this? Like, is she
Maybe.
is she a household name?
No.
Is it
Does
Tom
Kathy
Gammill?
Guyswhite ring a bell, Joe?
I'm not going to say anything.
That's what I was hinting towards. Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, so
I think it's some nerd who took drugs in the 3rd grade.
So for folks who are interested in seeing more Nancy and loving this stuff, definitely come visit the Billy Ireland. Even though Nancy Fest is sold out, the exhibit's going to be up through November 3rd. So there's tons of time to come see it.
All right.
So
And come see her play. And come see her play when we're on the road.
Yeah.
Yeah. Carnegie Hall.
Yeah, there you go.
Yes.
I can't wait to be disappointed by the animated Nancy now.
I know. I'm
Yeah.
ready.
Yeah,
Let's
dope.
do it. Yeah.
Nancy. Nancy, what you gonna do today? In your
Don't mind the theme.
adorable way.
I love this name.
Something's cooking, you can bet. Better watch out. Nancy is here. Dig down deep for the USO. The Army.
Yeah, it's kind of Betty
A move like
Boop.
that?
Need your dough, so
She never wore those go-go boots.
Never.
all you can for the sons of Uncle
I like the other guys though.
Yeah.
Everybody.
Their mouths kind of are rubbery.
The more we
The backgrounds are gorgeous.
Yeah.
Take that band off your roll. Help them reach
Now, none of those characters we ever saw in the strip.
No, I mean they look vaguely like Bushmiller background characters, just like the roundness of the mouths and
Right.
eyes. But
Who
that's
would
about
the
it.
5 of us be here? Like, I guess I'm the guy on the left, right?
I mean, I call Nancy.
yeah.
Yeah, you,
I'm the
Yeah.
Nancy of this group.
Joe, you're to the right of me.
Yeah.
And Tom, I think you're the blonde.
All right.
And then George, you have the little beanie. All right, got that settled. Let's learn how to support America.
See, way too much expression.
How much have you taken in?
Terrible voice.
Absolutely nothing. The grown-ups don't
is
seem
that
to
Nancy?
take us kids
Oh,
serious.
now you can tell.
His voice is perfect though. It really is.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
do like Sluggo's
We'll
voice.
just have to earn the
Oh,
money ourselves. That's
Look at that.
all.
Nancy doesn't have her hair spikes.
And those
No,
expressions
no.
are pretty hideous.
That's why I didn't recognize her.
Are we going to let the boys in the army down? No!
Did they use an actual kid's voice for this?
Yes!
Oh,
Let's go! Get that dough! Give it to USO! USO! USO!
yeah, her hair's more of a bob here.
Oh!
Fun
Let's
fact,
get
you guys know how many spikes are in Nancy's hair?
No,
Yeah.
how many spikes are in Nancy's?
Exactly.
Okay, you're gonna laugh when you hear how many. You're gonna snicker.
69.
Oh,
Heyo.
love that number. Love that
Right.
number.
Crazy, right? Yeah.
Sexual position, right?
So, anyways, yeah. So you can't animate those hair spikes. So they got 2 strikes against them already.
Yeah, that just had to be it. There's no way to track 69 hair spikes over that many animation
Yeah.
cells. Yeah.
A giggle every time.
See, this is way too cute.
Yeah.
I'm
Although
not getting.
this is based on an actual comic strip. Though.
Oh,
Bush
okay.
Miller had several strips where a mice would pop into the house and a lady would jump up on his chair.
certainly do!
I mean, this does seem like something Nancy would do.
Yeah, they were actually pretty good about taking actual stories from the strip and putting them in the cartoon.
Oh boy, this we're being told for the USO!
See, look how they have a big apartment building and a shack. And that's very Bushmiller.
Yeah.
Beautiful
Oh, okay.
cause, mister.
I also
Yeah,
like
I
that she
think we're
sold the
showing.
cat. I like that she sold the cat for a lot of money, as if cats are worth anything.
50 cents at the bar.
Well, when you've got a mouse in your house,
That's true.
Anybody want to buy
Like
a
that.
hunt for 5 cents?
Oh, the face is terrifying.
Oh, that is
Yeah.
bad.
Isn't even
Just
worth a
horrifying.
nickel.
I mean, her, slot nose does not lend itself to animation at all. So.
No.
Well, Tom, didn't they say in The Simpsons that when they were straight on, it was alarming, so they always had to be in 3/4 view or something? Or
Yeah, Matt had a rule that you shouldn't see them straight on.
just looks too weird, I guess. So
Yeah.
we've seen some really off Nancy models already.
By the way, Matt Groening's a huge Nancy fan.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he came to the show.
Oh.
It's a sign of good taste, really.
Yeah.
Here comes one. Contact!
Now, this is based on the strip, I think.
Oh, yeah. There's lots of fences in Nancy. A lot of fences.
I love the rich guys. I'm always a big fan of the rich
And
guys.
whenever Sluggo saw a guy in a top hat, he would throw a snowball at it or something.
Oh, gee, thanks, mister.
Pretty good.
No, see, it feels like a silent movie. And Ernie Bushmiller wrote gags for Harold Lloyd for a year. He spent a year in Hollywood.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
That makes sense, I guess, when you see how...
And a lot of his strips are like silent movies where, very visual.
Yeah, slapstick.
Yeah.
Cheese it! The cop!
Say cheese it? You start saying cheese it. Well,
Look at that.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
I like that.
Very silent movie.
Yeah.
It's a very pig-looking cop, too.
Yeah. He did a lot of strips about giving to the USO.
Sure, just singing voices for little scamps.
Of all the kids in school, he gives to every charity, obeys the
Where did Sluggo's accent go? Suddenly, a beautiful crooner.
finer man.
See, this is not a Bushmiller kind of thing.
Right. They all look like little pigs.
Yeah. They're all blah.
Lemonade 1 cent. With sugar 2 cents. Step right up and try your luck. 3 cents a throw for the USO.
Those are good Bushmiller guys. Yeah.
Wait, can you hit pause? Oh boy. What was the US? I know what the USO is now. I feel like it's like they do the comedy tours for troops, right?
Right.
But is that what it was back then too?
It
Or
was.
was it something more?
Well, it was comedy, but it was also just performances of all kinds. And the National Cartoonist Society, which Ernie Bushmiller was a big part of, kind of formed because of the USO. Like cartoonists would travel too and do performances.
Yeah, they would go to different places. Like Bob Hope would go entertain the troops.
Right.
That was for the USO.
Yeah.
And Ernie would do a lot of strips. Like here's one I got here, one right here. Where
are you? There you are. Here we go.
Where it's
look at that.
Yeah. This is he was a big promoter of buying war bonds and the USO and stuff. But yeah, so all these cartoonists would go on tour to entertain the troops, and then they had so much fun getting together, they started the National Cartoonist Society.
Okay.
But yeah, same as it's always been.
Yeah. And actually, by the way, the National Cartoonist Society these days still goes and entertains the troops. I know Tom Richmond and the guy who draws Family Circus. Can you imagine being over in Iraq? And the guy who draws Family Circus shows up.
I wonder what attendance was like for that one.
Yeah.
We had him on our show. Jeff King was on Shaturday.
There was that one strip that had PJ found an IED in his backyard.
That's right. I remember that one. Yeah, very controversial.
That crossed the line for me.
Right.
Not me.
All right. Is there more cartoon?
Yeah.
Okay.
Hey, mister, buy a balloon.
Okay, this makes no sense at all.
USO?
Sure, I'll buy them all.
A change for $10? Gee, that's swell, mister.
Why did he fly away and Sligo didn't?
Right.
He was holding onto the balloons. They lifted him up.
Yeah, but
I
one
see.
of those lighter.
Sligo's just some, I don't know.
USO.
It's a very good point.
Is he a Civil War veteran?
You know those wealthy veterans. That's the classic trope of the.
They only weigh 5 ounces, but they got a lot of money.
Yeah. They look like prospectors.
Yeah. That made no sense at all.
We are thankful for protection.
Yeah, that's very Betty Boop here.
So come on, let's go for the USO and keep our country free.
I liked it. I mean, I know you guys don't like it because you're, but as an armchair Nancy appreciator, I don't know. I thought it was comforting and soothing, and
it definitely wasn't aimed at kids. It just, I guess they showed that in the movie theater, and it was like, hey, we should help the USO.
Yeah, it
It'd
felt
be like a
propaganda.
newsreel, like America at war, and then that would come on, or
So I'm older than you guys. I'm older than you guys. Like I remember watching that Sunday mornings. I would hit all those cartoons with all that music, following the bouncing balls, and you would have to wait and watch them until David and Goliath came on, which is how lame my childhood was. You look forward to David and Goliath.
Oh boy!
Finally, some Christian stop motion animation. All right, here we go.
Yeah.
Well, George, did you curate some commercials? Then we'll be back with another Nancy cartoon.
Yes, these are commercials featuring lesser-known Nancys, but still famous Nancys. But I have them arranged in increasing obscurity. So just yell out the name of the famous Nancy.
And we win a prize. Do we win prizes?
Yeah.
Okay.
You win you win a set of balloons that will take you into the sky to redistribute wealth. All right.
All right.
Wait. All right.
All right.
Saturday morning cartoons will be right back.
Job interviews make me a nervous wreck. I'm always so worried about looking good. That's why I got these shoes at Payless. They're terrific. They look just like the fancy name brands, but about half the price.
Miss Haggerty, can you begin next Monday?
I got the job?
Hear a little Bart there.
Payless Shoe Source. You could pay more.
Was that before Simpsons? That had to be before Simpsons. Okay.
Yep.
Daddy?
I was hoping you'd come looking for me.
Nancy McKean?
You got it.
Yep.
It's a Hallmark.
Who is it?
Hallmark.
Nancy McKeon from The Facts of Life.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
Has 1,690
I watched
different
a lot
ways
of
to
TV
say happy
growing up.
birthday. And one of them is your way.
You never said this to me before.
Oh, I recognize her now.
Daddy?
A little too romantic.
I'm gonna keep this forever.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Look, a whole different angle on hair.
Hot stuff.
Clairol's hot stuff. The 1200-watt styler that works like a gun. Plus,
Good
it
guess.
lets you
Good start.
angle wherever you want it. And look, a full round styling brush for a one-handed flip or shaping up fast.
Hot stuff.
Oh.
I'm going to tell you. Here's a
Give us a hint.
Clarence Boddicker.
Still nothing. Still nothing. Another hint.
No, that's it. This is Nancy Allen from RoboCop.
Oh, right.
What?
Yeah. That's pretty specific. Yeah.
Okay.
I remember we're only halfway through the obscurities, so
okay.
Keep up.
Whole different angle on hair. Clairol's hot stuff. The styler that works like a gun.
What? That
works like a
gun?
Have you believe wonders?
Oh, Nancy Bouchon.
Whole wheat's the only nourishing bread ever baked.
From
enriched white.
She's great.
Yep.
Nancy Marchand from Sopranos.
Yep.
Oh, yes.
And also Lou Grant.
Yeah.
Okay. Yes.
Wow. Like Wonder has as much thiamine, niacin, and iron as whole wheat. The FDA set the standards. So if you love Wonder, and I have since I was 2, check the facts, relax, and eat your Wonder.
Wonder Bread, a simple fact of good nutrition.
Good night, kids.
Dear, the club dance starts in 1 hour. Have a good time.
Gretchen Clark needs Coast Deodorant Soap. The Eye Opener. A crisp, exhilarating scent and handfuls of bubbly lather make you feel more than clean. Refreshing Coast. It actually brings you back to life.
Let's go, Harold. I've got my dancing shoes on tonight.
Bring yourself back to life.
Which Nancy
Coast
is that?
Deodorant Soap. The Eye Opener.
That is Nancy, I believe it's pronounced Dussault, the mom from Too Close for Comfort.
Oh, of course.
Yeah.
Nick, I thought you watched a lot of TV.
Yeah, I didn't know Nancy Dussault.
Real disappointed. And there's probably a French pronunciation of that, but all right, let's get back to some Nancy.
All right, hang on.
Now back to Saturday morning cartoons.
You know it's going to be crazy when they spell days with a Z.
Oh,
they think of next.
Whenever you add the Z. Yeah, whenever you add the Z.
There are no rules going forward. Anything can happen.
Is here. Every day we
Not more singing.
learn about the golden rule. Study this, study that, until we don't know where we're at.
There should have been a gag there.
Totally.
Geography, the spelling bee.
The spelling bee.
Many, many more. We children think it's quite a bore. What do you children think we
That's
Wow. Yeah. That's
Oh, where they
crazy.
traced over a
Yeah.
existing actress?
Yep.
Yeah, like Slicky
love the comics, those very funny comics.
Ernie Bushmiller drew his boys with ties.
He did what?
He always drew the kids with ties, the
Right.
boys.
We'll show you the way.
Supposing our subject was civic pride,
She's a
just what
babe.
would Nancy do?
Open the funnies and look.
Got the spikes there.
Yeah.
She'll make it plain to you.
Civic Pride Week, help beautify your city. Civic Pride Week, help
There
beautify
are a lot of
your
Nancy carrying a sign.
Civic
Yes.
Pride Week,
Oh, yeah?
help beautify your city.
I think that's a little kid doing the voice. I think they did it Peanut style.
It's hard to tell.
Oh, what a mess. What a mess. Mr. Jones? Mr. Jones? Mr. Jones?
This is
I'm
way too
very
talky
much
for Ernie
disappointed
Bushmiller.
in you. Don't you know this is Civic Pride
Show,
Week?
don't tell, Nancy.
Fine
Yeah.
thing that. Leaving these dirty old rags right out in the middle of the street. I want you immediately to take them away at once.
See, you don't need all this in a
Nancy, you're
Nancy
right.
cartoon.
How about taking them away yourself?
Thanks, Mr. Jones.
That's kind of a Nancy image. Yeah.
I like that.
Oh, that's good. Yeah.
Oh, Tom, did you see the buildings like on the horizon line? That's like
Yeah.
very Bushmiller. Yeah.
Yeah. They're the bloomers.
Right there.
It's a shame to waste all this nice.
Did you ever? I mean, I know you said that Bushmiller like had something to do with this cartoon, but did he ever have an opinion on it? Because I'm just thinking back to our Beatles cartoon, how the Beatles hated their cartoon.
Oh, really?
Yeah, yeah. John Lennon crawled underneath the table while he was watching it because he couldn't take it anymore. So, but
I'm
did
not
he have-
aware of any response at all, but there's really not a ton of like Ernie like documentation. Like he didn't do a lot of interviews or anything like that. He was a pretty private guy, so.
Oh, okay.
I think he liked the paycheck, but
Right.
I like Charles Schultz. For him, it was all about the strip, I think, and this other stuff. Like he didn't do the comic books either. The comic books are pretty off model and terrible.
Yeah. Okay.
Junk. I have an idea.
See, this is way too talky. Ernie could do this in four panels.
Civic Pride Week, help beautify your city. Civic Pride Week, help beautify your city. Civic Pride Week, help beautify your city.
So that was.
That's pretty Nancy.
Yeah.
Would do it. Follow up
The animals being all gussied up was a Nancy type of thing.
He did a lot of stuff where the payoff was the animal doing something funny.
Right.
Nothing wrong with that. I like that a lot.
Yeah, big fan.
We should do that on this show.
Express yourselves in such a noisy way. Don't forget the anti-noise campaign begins today.
Anti-noise. That was.
Anti-noise campaign.
That was something for real?
And certainly in the strip too.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
They gave up on that.
Anti-noise
Noise.
keep our city quiet.
Say, Sluggo, that's a good cause. Let's join.
Okay, Nancy.
Has
Unattended baby.
Has Sluggo ever been drawn without the hat on?
Yes.
Yeah. He appears sometimes without it. He's
What's
bald.
his hair like? Oh,
He's
I was
bald.
like wondering if there's a thing about bald kids. In
He's a
comics.
balding, almost homeless kid.
It's Charlie Brown. Oh yeah.
PJ.
Yeah,
I think
Henry.
PJ's cool. Yeah. Oh yeah, Henry. Yeah.
The terrible Henry, the hated Henry.
Listening.
Aww.
Nancy's signs are working.
So cool. So this character looks just like the character that's supposed to be Fritzy Ritz's boyfriend. His name's Phil Fumble. And he was sort of based off of Bushmiller's own look a little bit.
Yeah, you
the
look
guy who
okay.
drove by in the car. Yeah.
More advertising.
Maybe our club members could suggest something.
Sure. That's a swell idea.
They're stretching out a 4-panel cartoon into a 3-minute.
Yep.
It's so stilted too, you know.
There's your gag.
Yeah, that's a gag. A loud band saying "Keep our city quiet."
You got to admit the funnies make a lot of sense. But before we're through, let's illustrate to you what Nancy is doing for defense.
For defense by United States bonds and stamps.
Say, Nancy, besides buying stamps, there's another way we can help our country.
How, Sluggo?
Let's start a home defense guard.
You mean guarding factories, dams, bridges, and stuff?
Yeah. We'll get the gang together and vote on the most important spot to defend. Right.
And the girl with that hat. Look at this.
Remember
You did that too?
Somebody did some research. Who did the animation? That's Marigold.
Oh, perfect. Yeah.
Who's actually Nancy's rival?
Yeah.
Oh, Marigold.
For the affections of Sluggo? Or
just
a general rival?
Just to give her a hard time. Yeah.
This is the
Let's see
most
here, big
important
cheer.
joint in town.
Yep.
We must defend it with our lives.
That's pretty good. They're defending the ice cream parlor at the end.
Okay.
And that's a Bushmiller joke too.
Yeah.
Much funnier in the strip.
Now, I want to say that I previously had looked up. I was getting copies of these videos, and I Googled Nancy School Days, and let me just show you what first came up. It was not this. It was this cartoon, which is in Guyana. And I'm going to show you just a tiny bit of the opening credits, and you can compare Nancy 1942 to Nancy School Days now.
Okay.
In my school course, watch me do my studious pose. I am brilliant. Let me give you a dose. Don't be pressured. Bullying's not right. Be a bulb and on Saturday night it up so bright. For the boys them, don't pressure the girl child. Let her focus. Do not play with her mind. We not like depression. Don't commit suicide. Be a leader. Make her fly.
Wow, it's kind of covering everything here.
The bees and the birds and the bees sing.
I love that.
I see no difference really, except for the USO.
Right. And this was a strip that somebody in the comments of that showed that this was like this. The idea of
Oh yeah, there it is.
was
It was based on.
was in the strip. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I feel like that second one, the School Days one, was way more Bushmiller-y. I wonder if that came out second, because the first one was far more off-model. But
Oh yeah, I don't know what the order of the years was, but yeah, those are the two that were available online to watch.
Okay, I got a game for us. I toiled over this. I spent a lot of time, and I finally finished it. I'm very proud of it, so you better enjoy it. It's a game I call Comic strip kids say the darndest things in their top bubbles. Okay. So
posted by Art Linklater.
Yep. So I designed this game for Caitlin specifically. So if anybody beats Caitlin here, Caitlin should be ashamed of herself.
I always am. I already am. So.
I love putting this pressure on you because you are because it just makes for good TV.
Great. Okay.
All right. So there's two parts to this game. First of all, I'm going to show you a bunch of kids' characters from different cartoons or different comic strips, and blurt it out. You get Caitlin gets 1 point per character. Everybody else gets 2 points per character. We got a handicap.
Wait, what am I guessing? What are we guessing?
You're gonna see characters who are kids from comic strips, all comic strips. Okay, they're all kids. Yeah. It's all kid stuff. And then I'm going to show you something that one of the characters said, and you have to link it to the character who said it. All right. So I'm going to show you like 5 characters now. Blurt them out as soon as you know them, and you'll be awarded points.
I hope one of them is Little Iodine.
Right. Yeah. I mean, I might know the strip names. I might not know the kids though, but we'll see.
Well, okay.
Everyone else is playing too, though.
I hope nobody from Billy Ireland is watching this. All right, here we go. Here's the first one. Name them.
Sluggo.
Sluggo. Chip.
Smuffy Smith. High and Lois, and
Hagar the Horrible.
Hagar the Horrible.
Mm-hmm.
But no character names. What's the way left kid's name?
I don't know.
I don't know either.
Okay, from left to right it goes Jason, Sluggo, Jughead, Ditto, and Hamlet.
Oh yeah. Because he's smart.
Yep, exactly. So all right, here's what one of them said. Tell me who said it. I feel sorry for that artist guy.
Sounds like
Jughead.
I'd say Sluggo.
I'd say Sluggo too.
Nick, you got Jughead. George, who do you got?
I'll take Hamlet, even though he's the smart guy.
It was Sluggo. It was indeed Sluggo. All right, next up, we're going to see more characters. I want names. I don't want the comic strips.
I don't know what to tell you. You're going to get it, and you're going to like it.
All right, here we go.
Oh,
Nancy, Sally, Little Lulu.
Little Lulu, Sally.
Ditto.
Another
Close.
character, and
Funky Winkerbeam.
Yes, you got it. Yes. Yes. You got them all except Dot. Dot is the high and lowest.
Dot and Ditto. Okay.
All right. So one of them said this. I'm not as mere as I look.
Huh. That sounds weird. I'd say Funky Winkerbeam.
I'm going to go Sally.
Yeah, well, I was going to say Sally too, but I'm just going to stick with Nancy.
Okay.
Dot. I'm going Dot.
You're going Dot, Nick? Okay, here we go. That was Nancy.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
What was the setup to that?
I don't know. I think I don't know. I'll do a Google image
That would be
search.
an even harder game. Yeah.
Something about supporting the USO.
Yeah.
And it's on Boxing Day, no less.
This sweater is more cash than mere.
Yeah.
That's probably,
Maybe something like that.
That sounds good. All right, here's the next one. We're going to do babies on this next one, okay? Now, here's the other point.
Look at that great air star. Look at throwing that snowball. You got the action line. You got the splat of the snowball. You got the little round things. See, you can't do this in an animated cartoon. Ernie Bushler is all about the strip, and it's a day after Christmas. She's throwing a snowball at Sluggo.
Yeah.
Also, Nick, there he is, bald. You were asking about what if he's ever been bald. Now
Right.
you can see his stubbles on his head. So,
Yep.
All right, this next one's all babies. All right, babies from comic strips. All right.
Is that PJ?
Marvin
Yep.
on the far right.
Marvin.
Yep.
My God, is that a Snuffy Smith?
That's
baby?
Snuffy Smith's baby.
Snuffy Smith has a baby. I found that out this morning.
It's horrible.
Yeah, it looks exactly
genetics.
Looks like a Deliverance from Deliverance.
Little Snuffy.
Nope. Tater. That's Tater.
Tater.
Oh, that's a great baby name.
I used to know that.
Yeah. And then what's a High and Lois's baby's name? Anybody?
No, but she sure likes
Middle?
sunbeams.
Yes. That's her thing is sunbeams.
Yeah.
Trixie. That's Trixie.
Okay.
Yep.
Got to brush
All
up
right.
on my high and lowest.
Now I'm gonna give you bonus points, and I'm keeping track of all the points so far. I have it all tallied right over
Got
here.
the spreadsheet.
Yeah. So if you can name another baby that I didn't include from a comic strip, think about it. But for now, here's what one of them said. I don't like any of the babies I see on TV. And actually, this should be a thought bubble because they always just think these things. They don't actually say these things. I don't like any of the babies.
I don't look like any of the
I don't look like any of the babies I see on TV.
That seems like a PJ thing to me.
I'm going
Well,
Marvin.
surely I could see it being Tater.
Yeah, I was going to say Tater. It seems most accurate.
But would they have a TV? That's my only question about that.
That's true.
George?
I'm going to say it's Trixie, actually.
Okay.
And what is the last one from?
Marvin.
Marvin? Okay.
Marvin.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Then I'll
George,
go.
you're saying Marvin? Okay.
I'm saying Marvin.
The answer is Trixie.
Oh.
Wow.
Yep. That's a Trixie thing. Tater would have said like, I done looking like any of the babies, something like that.
Yeah.
All
I'm
right.
blind.
Yes, you're a Trixie aficionado. I mean, add that to your resume.
Right.
All right, here we go. We got two more. All right, name them. I want names.
Little Lulu.
Susie.
Lucky Yuccarella.
Yeah.
Yeah, Johnny Ryan. All right.
Yeah.
Dolly.
Is that,
Dolly and
Susie, was that Kelvin's friend?
That's
Susie's
Susie.
the second one. Yeah.
Lucky
Is that-
Yuccarella.
that from Peanuts, is that Violet or is that?
That's Violet. You
Yeah.
got it.
Nice, Tom.
Yes, that's Violet.
Nice.
Okay, so one of them said this. I'm not plunging it. I'm churning toilet butter.
Gotta be Lucky Yuccarella.
Yeah, I'm
the
gonna guess
Johnny Ryan one.
Yuccarella.
Nobody wants to say Little Lulu? No? All right. You are right. It is. Lucky Yuccarella.
How can we zoom in? Is there a way to do that?
No. Oh, yeah.
Do you guys know him? Has he been on your show?
Yeah.
Yeah, we
Oh,
had him
man.
on.
We
Yeah.
watched Tom and Jerry with him.
Oh, he's hilarious.
And he had his daughter on. He had his daughter on with it. And he doesn't censor himself even around his daughter. So,
But look at all this great stuff. You got the stink lines coming off of the sponge. You got the puddles. You got the.
You got a plunger. He must love Nancy too.
he's got to be a Nancy. I thought that for sure he would be a Nancy fan because all of the expressions, everything just seems very Nancy to me. Have you talked to him? Have you guys talked to him before? Have you guys met him?
I've never met him.
No, I'm a big fan though. Yeah.
Yeah, it's good stuff.
Does he
all
live
right.
does he live in Brooklyn? Where does he live?
He's in
LA.
Los Angeles.
Oh, really? Wow.
Yeah.
We'll set up a meeting next time.
Awesome.
Yeah, let's do it.
Yeah.
All right, last one. Okay, here we go. Name them all. I want names.
Oh, is that Rolo?
Yep,
Yeah.
Rolo.
Hello, the rich kid.
And then that's of course Elmer.
Yeah.
Yep.
No,
It's
is that
Goofy Elmer. Goofy Elmer.
Oh, Goofy Elmer. And then of course that's Spike.
Spike.
Yep.
Yes.
I
Yep.
really like Goofy Elmer. I gotta say.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of Goofy Elmer.
Picture his voice now.
I don't know the redhead's name. Do you know?
Yeah. No, is it no.
Little Jennifer.
It's close.
Little
Amy.
Jennifer.
Her name is just Amy.
Amy. There's an
Nope.
Amy.
What strip?
Yeah, I don't know.
Huh.
It was like a sheet on Google Images. So
You're kidding.
yeah.
Wow.
All right. So one of them said this. Slug.
That was
Yeah.
Nancy.
Sure was.
Yep, you're right. It was
The
Nancy.
modern Nancy. Yeah.
It is a modern Nancy. Yeah. So what was this? Was this sanctioned by Nancy or by the canon of Nancy?
I mean, she's in charge now. She's the creator, so she can do whatever she wants with the characters, obviously under her editor's guidance. But it's very controversial. A lot of the old Nancy heads are not fans of the way she's modernized it.
I'm definitely a fan. I think she's doing a great job. I think it's not Bushmiller, but it's a whole new thing that I think it's in the spirit. I think Ernie would like it.
I think so too. That's exactly right. And she still does pay homages to him a lot and stuff. So I think there's just some people out there that, if it's not the exact thing that they grew up with or close
Well,
to.
I like that it's already a sign of that time. Like those, I mean, nobody really rides those things anymore, but 25 years from now, this will,
Right. Totally. Yeah.
All right, and my big takeaway from all this is that Goofy Elmer really needs his own spin-off.
Yes,
I want more Goofy Elmer.
But
He looks like a Johnny Ryan drawing, actually.
But notice he's wearing a tie. Ernie likes.
Oh yes, that's right.
Give neckwear to his kid. His boys.
Yeah, he just needs a little drool coming out. That's all he really needs there. Just a little drool. All right.
Also, Ernie never heard of sneakers.
Oh, right.
Which is pretty funny.
All right, that's how you play the game of Comic Strip Kids Say the Darndest Things in Their Talk Bubble.
Caitlin won. Good job, Caitlin.
Sure, yeah.
You can keep your job.
Thank you.
Yep.
Thanks, Joe.
What a treat to talk Nancy. I was uninitiated, but I'm a fan now.
Good. Yeah, thank you, Tom, for being here with us.
Oh my gosh! I hope I didn't talk too much.
Not at all.
No.
Not
enough. And I've listened to hundreds of hours of you on Simpsons commentary,
Oh,
so
no
I
kidding.
can't get enough.
Oh wow! Yeah, those are fun.
I learned a lot about Nancy. George, did you learn anything today?
Oh, definitely. They say that inside every adult is a wounded child, but inside that child is a little mischievous, irrepressible fucker like Nancy, adapting to a godless, confusing universe by becoming its master through surreal reimagining. One must wonder if Ernie Bushmiller subconsciously wanted to give Fritzy Ritz a nephew named Nietzsche. Like Nancy, our inner child is driven by id. However, almost immediately in life, our impulses, our drives, are reined in by society through punishment and humiliation. We feel damaged by having any of our desires thwarted. Yet our inner Nancy finds companionship with her own enduring hope, personified by a penniless, mannerless, hairless waif, our inner Sluggo. He illuminates the darkness because Sluggo is lit. But do we have other comic strip characters inside us? Well, I'm here to say no, because licensing from a syndicate is expensive. And that's fine because no one needs an inner Mary Worth. And that's why I always say the more you battle is twice the knowing.
Bravo.
Excellent.
Bravo.
Love the comic references, too.
Well,
Wow.
Shots fired at Mary Worth, by the way.
Yeah.
I only really know her from jokes on The Simpsons, actually. So.
Oh wow.
Fantastic.
Tom, of all the things you've written for, you couldn't have written at least an episode of Alf. I mean, come on. What's you just slacking off that day, or?
But my wife did.
Oh, are you serious?
Yeah. Wait,
Put her on.
She
We're
talked
gonna
her ear off about it when I was out there.
do another
All
hour.
right, we have another guest lined up for
It was either first or second season. It was Meryl Marco, who we knew from the Letterman show, recommended Sandy, and to the creator. And I think it was called Tequila or something. And it was either episode first or second season. But it got a really crazy award. Do you want to see the award?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh,
Okay.
absolutely.
It's gonna take I'll be back in 3 minutes. Can you guys hold on?
Yeah, we'll edit it. Yep.
I had to go to the trophy room at the other end of the house.
Whoa.
Wait.
It's
So
like-
wait, that's
Back
four.
it up a little bit.
There we go.
Wow.
Alf Tequila. Mentor Award
Alf
1989.
Tequila.
Wow. Alf Tequila.
But look at this.
Wow.
Wow.
Oh.
Was it the episode that was like about alcoholism or
No,
something?
no, no. Well,
It must have
maybe.
been.
But they all the titles were songs, right, Nick?
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, sorry, I have to sit through every Alf episode with Nick on our.
Yeah,
we have a
that's part of
spin-off
our-
show.
Yeah, so check this one out. It was called Tequila, original story
Yeah.
by Sandy Gillis. But look at this award. I think it's one of those things where they only did one year of the award.
Yeah.
But it's a
It
long
costs way too
And that represents the knowledge from that Alf episode being passed down.
Exactly.
They did 1 year, but that award won in the award. They actually have the awards for the awards called the awardees. And
good.
that award won that year. So
That won the awarding that year.
It's the
Okay.
most prestigious 1 year award ever.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
That just gave me an idea, though. I think we need to make an Alf branded tequila. I mean, George Clooney has his tequila. I think that's
Yeah.
the next celebrity
There we
endorsed.
go. I know what the bottle will look like too.
Well, and also, Max Wright isn't a nerd because he took a lot of drugs.
Yes.
Exactly.
There's photos of that in the Inquirer. Yeah.
Oh my God. Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna fry up some old eggs. So if you guys,
don't let us keep you.
I gotta run. So,
Don't forget the mayo.
Yeah. So thank you, Tom, for joining us.
Oh,
Thank you
thank
so
you.
much, Tom. Best of luck to both of you at Nancy Fest.
Yeah,
And,
we will see you
we'll
all
be there.
All right.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
May 24th and 25th.
Happy Shaturday, everybody.
Saturday.